What's up, my dog?
What's up, my bro?
How you doing?
Hey, man, nice seeing you, bro. Here, get some donuts?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get some donuts.
Yeah.
Mr. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Really good to see you.
Good, bro. How are you, man?
Good,
Nice to see you,
man.
man.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Joe, I know that donuts and donut shop is something very special. It's something you grew up around a lot, and I've got 2 world champions hanging out with me, so I had Phonitz make some Valorant-themed donuts. They smell incredible. Let's see what you guys think.
No walk, ain't never took walk, no polo, never drinking that act. Came in, sweat the game like a storm with flow, take did that. So don't ask about the group, he gone, we gone, young, it can't come back. I'ma make sure mama straight, especially mama take. I can't kick it with a fake, and I won't sleep with the snakes. I'd rather eat with the grapes. I wanted peace, but I can't. I gotta get some straight. Hold on, wait,
Yeah, look at that blue one right there.
Yeah.
I might get that one right there. Which one do you want?
I got the blue one.
Get the blue one.
Ooh. So the choices you both have made are interesting because obviously the blue one is jet-themed, and that one is race-themed.
I got the right one.
Wow. Yep. These are incredible. Joe, tell me a little bit about donut shops. Something you grew up around or something your parents had. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, when I was growing up, once we moved to like Houston, we opened up a donut shop, and you know, we started a little community there, and ever since then, yeah, we expanded our business. We had like a few churches that we used to like deliver to, like 100 dozen plus per like churches. So every Sunday was just a busy morning for me and my dad, cooking in the back, making the donuts, making the glaze, whatever you need, cake.
Yeah.
It was a great time for me and my dad.
It wasn't just like your parents were doing it and you were spectating it, if you will. You were actively involved in all of that coming together.
Yeah, I just loved to cook. You know, like I understood like all the cooking parts, like how to fry the donut. Like, do you need 2 minutes here on this donut? Do you need 50 seconds on this donut? You know, the thicker the donut, the longer it is. You know, that's kind of, you know, I learned a lot of it. My mom was the front. She was the head of the house. You know, that's what we call her. And she took care of the front. But you know, you'll see me in the front once in a while. I'll just try to talk over there. You know, have fun with her.
Where'd you guys move from and how old were you when that happened?
Originally, they moved from Cambodia, and then they went to New York. And then from New York, they didn't have that much like work over there. So it was straight from North Carolina, where I was born, to Houston. I was like 4 years old. So like I was very young, just moving in, trying to get the gist of everything. It's a family business, so like being that little kid that runs around the back room, like with the flour, the powder. Even in the front, like it grew a lot on me. Seeing all these customers coming in, my mom making them happy, making people's days, like that's always been something that I learned from them coming up. Is if you're making somebody smile, at the end of the day, they're gonna be around you. They're gonna be your people. You know, they're gonna take care of you just the way you take care of them in the morning. And I'll never forget that. I think that's the best part of like the donut shop, just seeing people smile when they come in.
And I understand that while it may not be donut shops, there's a little bit of a similar upbringing, a common ground, if you will, between you two, because your parents also had a shop growing up, right?
Yeah, but it was a computer shop.
Okay.
So they sold mouse, headset. He fixed computers as well and sold some phones. Like the university that he made, it was based on this. So he already knew how to fix phones, fix computers. It was something that I think he liked because he played as well. He had a computer in his house and he played since he was like, I think 12, something like that, or 20.
Was that the transition for you? Like, did you get into gaming because your dad was gaming when you were a kid?
Yeah, when I was 3 years old, I started playing with my dad.
3? What game? I mean, what game are you playing at 3?
Oh, it was CS 1.6.
You were playing CS at a... No wonder. This makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, we have a really good bond because I started playing because of him, because he had the PC and he played, so I started playing together with him. If like I had a problem in the PC, I would just call him, and when he gets home, he would fix. And sometimes the mouse that I had some double-click problems. And I would ask him, he would open the mouse and fix the problem as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Dude, yeah.
So if I had any problem, he would fix.
That's dope.
And my father, he stopped playing for some time because he had to like give the time. And then now he's playing Valorant.
Is he?
Yeah, he's playing Valorant. When he finished work and he go back home at night, he plays some Valorant.
Is he good? Well, that's not a fair question. We're talking about like, one of the best duelists in the world.
My chain, my watch, my wrist, my house, my rise and grind. I give away all this just to see my dog just one more time. Look up at the lights one time. Hit the stage, rock the mic one time. Roll one, get right one time. 2 cups, 2 cups, 2 cups.
Were you gaming in the shop? Or did you like have a place out back that you could play? What was that like?
No, I was gaming in the house, just the house, because it was where the PC was. And when I was playing, my brother was playing as well and my father as well. So we like split up the time. It was like in CS, it was if you die, then goes the next one.
You were like trading rounds.
Yeah.
Essentially. But it was only if you died. So like if you were farming,
yeah,
you just
keep
play for a while.
Yeah, you keep playing. If you're farming, you just keep playing.
And if you're getting farmed, then you're
not playing.
You're not gonna get played. If you get like eco rounds the entire time, that sucks too, right? It's like I get to play. Oh, it's a pistol round.
Yeah, pistol
right.
round. So you need to buy your rounds. You don't do eco.
When your family's opening a business, you guys are grinding, right? Like it's you work and you work and you work. How do you find time to get into gaming and to, kind of see that blossom? How'd that work for you?
Yeah, so the older I got, a GameStop opened up next door. So
was it like back when they still had like the consoles in the
consoles
GameStop and like you could go in there and play?
yeah.
Yep.
So so I ended up getting real friendly with the guy because we knew each other because he worked next door.
Yeah.
So I'll say, hey, I'll switch out some donuts if you put a game in for me. So so I made a deal with him. I said, hey, I'll give you a dozen donuts.
Yeah,
and throughout the week, I'd be there. When I was younger, I would be there after school in the afternoon. So I'll just be there all night for 6 hours, just standing up like this, just playing all day.
Yep.
Damn, I'ma make sure mama straight, especially mama take. I can't kick it with a fake, and I won't sleep with the snakes. I'd rather eat with the grapes. I wanted peace, but I can't. I gotta get some straight. Hold on, wait,
What was the first thing you guys did after you lifted the trophy? When you guys became world champions, what was the first thing you did?
I bought a car right after, like towards the end of the year. I bought a car. I was ready to travel LA and see how it is.
Yeah, what'd you get?
I got, like a little BMW.
Yeah?
Ooh, yeah, that's insane.
Oh, it was probably nice too with the leather interior.
Right.
Probably. What? All black?
No,
No?
I like all white.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
I like all white, yeah.
Well, surely you got yourself something similar, right? A nice car, maybe.
Yeah,
a
you know
nice
what I
watch,
got?
something like that.
I got a luggage to go back home. Because mine broken in the airport.
Yeah.
My luggage arrived in Turkey without one wheel. When I take it, I was like, I'm missing one wheel here.
So in a lot of ways, you both bought wheels.
Yeah,
Right?
We did buy wheels.
Yeah, we both got wheels.
Joel, what was it like for you to watch him lift that trophy?
I was inspired, I was like,
Yeah?
I'm gonna have that one year,
Yeah?
I mean, it was the next year, so
yeah.
It didn't take long.
So he inspired me. Like I always watched him play Jet, and I was like, wow, that was the time I was like getting into the Jet, learning how to play Jet, becoming the best. Watching his VODs, how to op, So
Yeah.
I got he's the opper, he's that guy,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I always watch it.
I was the enemy of op in the start. I just loved Vandal.
I know, but when you have the op, you know how to play it too. So I always enjoyed watching both.
What was it like the other way around? What was it like to you got knocked out, you were sitting at fourth watching him lift the trophy at Champs?
I missed being there because it's really good, but I played in that stage as well. I played against Jao in that stage, and he sent me back home. He sent me to the crowd, so I was there eating some popcorn. But it was really good to see other team winning.
There wasn't like a sour taste in your mouth?
Did you want me to lose?
Not gonna lie, I was cheering for paper. In the crowd, it was me, my wife, Jinx mom. It was whole Jinx family on my side.
Yeah, you were in the Paper X like cheering area, yeah.
I'm really big friends with Jing. So I was cheering for my boy.
Get your mind right, you never know you can be famous. I got the out the mud and caught a little buzz and QC changed it. Faces, faces, all kind of faces, all kind of faces. We all God's babies. We all built with greatness. We all came in dangers. We bound to fall against the odds. We get up and go crazy.
When did it hit you? I mean, when did you take a step back and go, I am currently the best in the world?
I think already when I came back to Brazil, my father, he came driving to get me. And then we came back driving like 6 hours to go home.
Yeah.
They were really happy. They congratulated me. The days that I got in São Paulo first, I was with my wife. And it was really good to see how happy she was. Yeah. And then the next day, I got the banner and the
title or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just put it, I take a screenshot.
Put it on Twitter.
Yeah,
farm. I get it.
Yeah. I called my boy Sassy to play some duels. And
he was down?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
One of my friend recorded my girlfriend and my mom and dad. My girlfriend was crying. I just never seen her cry like that before. So I was like, wow, like that's what it meant to feel for other people, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna enjoy the moment, but he was like, this is a moment that you'll never ever get to see because she's in the stage, like she's in the crowd or whatever, and you're on the stage. So that was the most heartwarming thing I ever had. My mom and dad, they see me achieve so much stuff when I was little, but they're like, she came to my apartment, she was like, you did it, son. You made it. Like, we're so happy for you. Like, we're just glad to see you on that big stage and you accomplished something that you've been dreaming of for so many years. And
did that make it more real for you?
Yeah, that.
Like when your parents said that in your apartment?
Yeah. Because when they drove over in the little car that my uncle had, they really made me recognize, like, you've been grinding for this, but don't forget where you came from. Don't forget what you've done.
And we face it, we face it. Come on. Whatever type we face. The time it takes to get it, the time it takes to make it, the time it takes to lose it, the time it takes to take it, the time it takes to win, the time you made the greatest. Yeah.
I just want to get better every day, as any professional should. Like, you want to be the best version of yourself. That's why we are the pros, you know? Like, we found our own routines to get to the top. And now it's me picking part last year and figuring out how did I get there, you know? Like, what did I do individually to be the best last year?
Is that a difficult thing to study, the man in the mirror?
Sometimes I just realized that what happened in the past won't work again because the game changed, the things changed. So I need to keep finding new things that work for me.
If I'm expecting to repeat the same year, that's probably the worst that I can expect, you know? Because you want to strive for greatness. So learning new things, doing new things is like the way that I've been like also researching the game as well and myself. Because everything will change and nothing will ever be the same.
Yeah, sure.
In life as well. So like, always gotta be different. You gotta be different every time you pull up to the stage. That's how I look at it.
Oh.
Yeah.
In life, outside of gaming, outside of something competitive, how would you define greatness in life?
Definitely just try to like keep the people that you know close, family. Like, it's still been kind of hard for me, especially being in the league. It's just like, I'll try to update them, but you know, all parents want is just like a little update here and there. They just want to know if you're doing good sometimes, you know, like just trying to make people around you happy. And I think that's the same thing. Just, that's it, yeah. Make people happy.
I try to keep always like people that want things good for me.
Like positive people.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, sometimes you were on the top and you had a lot of people surrounding you.
Yeah.
But in the moment that you get at the bottom, almost all of those people disappear. And just the people that like wanted the best for you, they're gonna stay. Yeah. So that's the moment that you're gonna see everything.
You're gonna realize who's real.
Yeah.
I don't care how long it take. I don't care what storm you've been through. It's greatness. It's how legends is born.
Well, fellas, I appreciate both of you for taking time to hang out.
Greatness.
I say we grab a couple of these for the road.
I couldn't do it without the greatest group in the world. Greatness. To infinity. The strongest link in the world. Greatness.